Hello there everyone and welcome back. Last episode was a series of straightforward matches there, needless to say, but it still gives me a wealth of experience and renown for this fleet there as rapidly my dauntlesses are getting close to their level 4. This one of course still needs a handful of matches, but the second one, the Shield Mezoa, it just needs one more for its level. I need one more match for this level 2 Tyrant, and if I could get 2 more wins, I believe it's 100 experience per victory there, then I will have access to my Overlord after 2 more matches, so it doesn't seem totally unreasonable to think I'm going to get that by the end of this video. I am ecstatic for that, although I still need to build up a good amount of my renown, mainly for the upgrade I'm going to get immediately after fielding it probably, and of course just buying the damn thing, so there's still a lot of work to do in terms of my renown front, and hell, once that's unlocked, I am going to have to seriously consider switching out these stasis bombs, maybe for, supercharged void shield or maybe auger disruptors, because that's going to be useful for an aggressive approach, and of course has some really good versatility in like a defensive front too, if I can situate myself well into a gas cloud and I'm not stuck with any recon probes. So there's a lot of things to be excited about with this fleet, so let's continue it on, shall we? Alright, it's a 500 point cruiser clash. It was telling me that before I knew what my opponent was, so I know 400 to 500 is like an Admiral level 8, so does this make him more an Admiral level 7? I don't feel like it should be an Admiral level 8, because you figure if 400 gets boosted up to 500, you think this would be a little bit higher then, so I'm assuming he's Admiral level 7, maybe Admiral level 6? I'm not sure how it lines up there. But nonetheless, I have a ton of points to utilize, and I got a lot of ships that can benefit off it. And this is a pretty good standing roster here. I have 2 tyrants for long-range harassment to chip down his shields, maybe get some easy damage. I do need to be careful. He has Space Marines, though. And with that, I do have shield transfers all on everything to basically negate any lock-on potential, but I don't need 2 Widowmakers, do I? I would like something a little bit better. So Firestorms? Ugh, I don't even get the points for a Firestorm to justify it. So this is going to be weird. This is going to feel weird. If I can get torpedo hits on these Widowmakers, though, that is easily going to make up for it, considering the amount of armor that these Space Marines have on them. I just got to keep them safe as well from potential Thunderhawks he'll send at me, because he very easily has the potential to send a battle barge at me, so those Thunderhawks alone can immediately kill my Widowmaker if it's not protected. But with its extended range, I don't even need it so far forward. I just need to be hugging my ships as much as possible, and at least one of them I do. So that way, I can at least shoot with my plasma macro cannons at least maximum distance to start getting full value of the damage potential. Gotta keep in mind these ships are going to be moving different speeds, so let's keep the Dauntlesses close. Keep them close together. Have a Widowmaker just hanging back a little bit. One maybe the scout. And we'll see how this does. It's going to be a little bit of micromanagement, but that shouldn't be an issue. I just gotta keep in mind, where will he go? Oh boy. 2 ships. If he has 600, well, let's see, 500 points, so without a doubt, this is a battle barge and then maybe a strike cruiser more than likely. So that is definitely what it's seeming like, isn't it? Don't be surprised by this. And let's see, I wasn't looking at the torpedo layout, but let's see, this torpedo layout's almost the same, so it's not possible for him to have 2 battle barges. That much I know for certain. And I can't just conveniently boost on out, because then that leaves me vulnerable to boarding torpedoes. So 2 recon probes, that's not scary. I can keep turning to dodge. And I do have a assault run if needed. So let's chip him down. Because, yeah, there's only 2 ships, so okay, yeah, the torpedo layout is different. So one of them is the battle barge, which the first one out of the cloud is the battle barge then, if I'm remembering this layout properly. Now let's keep hitting said battle barge then, shall we? Because it's going to be a bigger target. It's going to be slow as hell to try and dodge, unless he got the extra turning radius, so this will be good for me. And he did fire torpedoes, so I can freely assault run if needed. Because I'm certainly not going to dodge this beacon. He just fired 2 torpedoes. I can freely just assault run. Keep this thing hidden from potential boring torpedoes. I just still got to get out of the way, though. So let's both assault run. There's no risk of this with the order actually active, so I'm good here. I do need to keep in mind my Widowmaker is about to get hit, though. So, I have been getting hits. I have short burn torpedoes to easily get some damage in. And I have a gas cloud to use as a hiding point. So, do I dodge this? Nah, not really. Not a huge loss. I do have repairs, and this will be pretty good at dodging damage. And I wasn't actually listening for said dang torpedoes either. Oh, that's not a problem. I could just boost, dodge, and do the same thing as before. So, we are good here. Assault run keeps them completely immune to any boring torpedo shenanigans, and I have a gas cloud here anyway. So let's get the Widowmakers to spot, and also keep in mind my dang orders. That'll be handy here. So we got a strike cruiser, Widowmakers are already repositioning, Tyrants are repositioning. Oh my god, he is a level 10. I was wondering about that. I was genuinely wondering about that, but I do see him. He has a Librarian. This has all sorts of shields, including armor-piercing rounds, so... Let me just fall back. That actually slows down the beacon, so that gives me plenty of time to just dodge that. So the one subtle benefit to that stasis bomb there, I can just get out of the way of its dang... Yeah, the dang beacon. I should be able to anyway. And just take my time. The Dauntlesses are going to get spot, but they have the mobility to easily do that relatively well regardless. So, dodging the bombardment cannons, that's easy as hell to do. Boring torpedoes, there's no surprise. Again, gotta keep my boosters up to dodge that. And we have Thunderhawks coming up, so that's all good. Again, gotta keep my boosters available. So I could dodge this and maximize my potential. Because Thunderhawk's already gone. Boring torpedoes are getting dodged. And there's our battle barge taking a lot of damage. Now this is going to get really awkward for me because my second Dauntless is at risk of getting hit by these boring torpedoes, which is not ideal, needless to say. And he's still firing boring torpedoes. This is nice of him. I do need to still hit this dang battle barge though, because as soon as actually let me assault run. Hopefully my Dauntlesses are safe from harm. I don't have armor-piercing rounds, though. This is a bit of a problem. And he doesn't have a chapter master. This is important to note for this brace for impact. Although I would have liked a torpedo, I could still get a torpedo and my engines are gone. Only temporarily. Alright. Again, he does not have, what is it? A chapter master, so his brace for impact isn't as effective. It just depends how I hit the ram, though. So assault running isn't all that effective, and where did these Thunderhawks go? Oh, that's from the battle barge. That explains it. So get moving, full speed ahead. This is the priority. And I kind of got myself stuck in a stasis bomb, didn't I? Which isn't too bad just yet. So, keep on moving, keep on firing, maximize my damage potential. And this is only level 6 battle barge, okay. Again, it's a bit of a problem because I don't have armor-piercing rounds, which is going to hurt a little bit here. Quite notably. But his prow is gone. Take this hit. It's a little... probably not rougher hit than it should have been. And I actually lost the prow. And this is level 3. I kind of want to get on out. But this could still be a win. Just keep ramming this thing. Take my prow hits as gracefully as possible. Because this battle barge can die. It's about to, in fact. Okay, it's heavily damaged. I gotta stop losing control. I am losing control here some. And there goes 2 of my prow. So let's preserve our dauntlesses, shall we? And ram yourself too, that would be a nice convenience. No, not happening, unfortunately. But, oh dang it, the dauntless is gone, or the tyrant's gone. That's sad. I would have liked that, but we're still in good shape, sort of. I don't have much of torpedoes, though. This should be game here. It is unfortunate I didn't get my level 2, its level in. But considering the lack of armor-piercing rounds, the close-range engagement, it was pretty good. It was pretty damn good regardless. I could have done that better, though. I feel more shaken than I probably should have. And I do have a Lost in Warp effect, but that's not a big deal. The level 2 tyrant is what I was really upset about. Oh well. It just goes to show high-level fleet I can manage pretty well. Relatively well there. There are a few key upgrades I could utilize, like again, armor-piercing round would have been amazing there. I could have been more diligent in my shield transfers to negate any lock-on. I wasn't paying attention for lock-on, mind you. I only saw the brace for impact on the strike cruiser and made note that he didn't have a chapter master. Because 95% resistance to ramming and 100% resistance to ramming is a big, big difference. Especially when you consider I was using brace for impact as well, trying to ram his strike cruiser. I didn't get to ram at all at the very beginning, mind you, so that would have helped some there, but there's still a lot I could have done better. But it makes up for a little bit, well, a little more straightforward matches last episode, just by itself, so I'm still happy with that. Do I seriously priority repair this tyrant, though? I am tempted, but if I get another win, well, I do have the 300 renown still to get the Overlord. But I'm going to have what? It's 50 for an upgrade for a Dauntless, 100 for the tyrant, then I need another 200 for the Overlord. So it's going to get pricey. I think I'll hold off on as much as I would love to. I really want to keep these up levels going. It is going to be important to have a nice healthy fleet, especially if I'm going to continue on with this fleet. I'm going to have such a handicap fighting against other Admiral level 8s once I get there. I'm going to have a level 1 Retribution versus more than likely a level 10 battleship, so I will be a huge underdog there, so I need this fleet as healthy as possible for that situation. Alright, we have orcs who are bringing the war thunder. So, this ought to be a fun battle. Especially since, well, actually he's lower level than me is what I'm getting. For I was about to say maybe we were the exact same Admiral level. But no, he's an Admiral level below me, so he's going to have like an extra 30 points or so. Thank God I took this tyrant. Well, repaired the tyrant. Because it'll be useful for the brute strength. Ooh, the points don't line up very well though. I could get 2 dauntlesses for this. It isn't a terrible idea. I could go for long range. It's more torpedoes. I don't get a Widowmaker. Not that the Widowmaker is a huge loss here, mind you. Is it the best way to go? Because I don't know what exactly he's equipped with. So I like the extra numbers. Better flank shots. These dauntlesses can reposition and get good flanks. Hit the rear maybe. Of course, the more ships means better opportunities to get melta torpedoes in due to positioning. Especially if this is a less experienced player, he can just charge me. He'll fly by me once he hits my prow, and then if my dauntlesses are quick enough, I can get a nice rear shot with a full salvo of melta torpedoes, and that is no joke. Each of those fire results is basically 9 points of damage, assuming he doesn't immediately repair it off with the emergency repairs, and that's not even considering the fact that orcs take double damage or double duration from a hull breach or fire assault, so that is going to be delicious damage. Where am I expecting him to deploy? Well, the gas cloud's almost obvious. Alright, let's have ourselves some fun here. I'm seeing 5 ships, so this is very easily 5 cruisers. It's very possible with mega cannons, because those light cruisers, those, Bashas, they can easily go for like 9 points each. So it's very likely we're dealing with a bunch of cruisers, standard light cruisers at least. And this is a giveaway. We know exactly where he's at since he never showed up on the map at all. Those torpedoes could have been a little bit better though. But I just take my time. I think the strategy is just whittle him down, get as much free damage as I can. Because if he is using mega cannons, that's scary. And he has 2 carrier ships, so if those are Bashas, he only has torpedoes, which he should be using against me. He should be using torpedoes pretty soon. And that tells me maybe he has a couple frigates in. Because any carrier ship is easily going to be worth over 100 points. Okay, there's where they all go, and I was wondering what was... I was wondering, but this is interesting too. Not only does he have 2 fighter ordnance bays, they're both on the same cruiser. So, this is almost completely useless in terms of firepower outside of torpedoes. I gotta be mindful of the torpedo potential he still has with that thing. But this is an incredibly expensive cruiser nonetheless, so how many of these are actual frigates? I can find out by looking at the point defense that I'm seeing. I'm gonna get a rough idea anyway. And okay, so there's a cruiser, Basha, and a couple of frigates. And I don't care about being revealed. It's not a big issue until I see some, like, what is it, mega shock attack cannons, or shock attack guns rather. Those are the only things, at least furthest range, that he can abuse my having vision or identifying me. I gotta be careful, as I apparently didn't fire torpedoes with my cruiser I'm finding out. I'm wondering if that bugged out or something. I have no idea, but let's start turning and get ready for more torpedo fire. It's looking like 2 cruisers and 3 frigates, so this isn't scary. I just gotta be mindful of what they are. Heavy guns on savages are still a big deal. So let's get moving. Keep the reload going. I have enough time to probably do another reload before we get to an actual engagement. And why am I losing sound in here? First it's XCOM, now it's this. It's like some weird alt-tabbing thing, I'm not sure. But ooh, those are amazing torpedo hits. This might be over before it even starts, possibly. I just gotta keep getting hits like that, oh my god. I'm just not gonna get a good torpedo hit with my Dauntless, sadly, but more torpedoes the better. And shooting at this Basha. Oh, I was half contemplating a stasis bomb, so let's get this going. Ooh, one of his savages is about to break already. Can I get the 1 torpedo hit, especially when he's turning into it? Thank you kindly for your contribution. And here's a good flank shot I was talking about. Ooh, he actually has 3 cruisers, so that's a mega cannon then. Is what that tells me. Now, rather, just blow the hell out of this dang savage. Although I'd rather fire melted torpedoes from this Cobra. I think that would be better if they get 2 fire assaults. You lucky okay. There must be some weird latency then. Because that's 25 armor I just hit. Oh. And this is getting awkward. I was hoping you'd rotate the other way. Don't get yourself killed on me, please. Although, I think that was ram damage, because how else would you have taken like 100 points of damage already? I'm not sure. I suspect it was just a dang ram, even though I didn't technically hear it. And that was bad torpedo shots there. But we're softening him up nicely. I kind of need to with his extra health pool. So good torpedo hits there. Ooh, hull breach even better. And let's see, he does have prow guns, so which is kind of apparent since he invested both his custom points into fighter bays. He easily cannot afford a sap gun. Ooh, and I'm shooting down these bombers or boarding ships, whatever they are. I hope I get rid of all of them. Okay, I think we're good. The point defense came up just in time. Now, eat some more torpedoes, will you? Wait, I gotta be mindful. Is that mega cannons? No, it's just torpedoes, so... Ooh, the heavy cannons from the frigate, though, did damage. So, let's finish this thing off. This is gonna hurt a little bit, but I can take the hits. Actually, let's turn right at it. Hopefully I could dodge one torpedo this way. But this thing's dead. Wow. Maybe I accidentally fired melted torpedoes. I feel like that should have died. Or he had a brace for impact up. That explains it. It was still like a 45% chance to avoid the damage from the torpedoes at least. All his boosters... Oh, there goes my deck, so get the hell out. Oh, can I dodge this? I don't care if the tyrant takes the hits. I want to avoid my cruisers getting murdered, though, ideally. Now, fire more torpedoes, get the mega cannons going. Repairs are underway. And this is only a level 1 cruiser, so I feel bad if this thing dies. Getting like Admiral level 4 in that, and this thing not making it out of a fight in one piece. I definitely feel for him. But the Devil Ram is no joke right now. That was not intended. I kind of lost a little bit of control of my Dauntless, but it pays off. Now, let's get the hell out. While his torpedoes hit himself. Oh, never mind. The torpedoes aren't going to hit him, but I'm flying right conveniently into the torpedoes, so... that would not be a good thing to do. And now we just have our carrier ship, which has really no weaponry available to it, so... this Cobra is going to be really good at, well... it burnt the boarding attempt, which is... considering with fire results, I couldn't ask for much better value out of this thing. I still want to hit with torpedoes, though. And shoot down the fighters, too. That was the main plan. And I gotta keep in mind the dang Savage. I have been ignoring this thing for far too long, and it is actually doing a notable amount of damage. It is actually hurting more than I would like. But since he's turning, I can hit this juicy 25 armor. Now, is he gonna warp out? There is an opportunity for him. I would like to just warp this thing out. Maybe he'll get the hint. I just gotta be careful. Torpedoes are gonna hit it. Okay, actually, I don't know which way to best turn, but this should take one torpedo hit. Ooh, more hits than I would have liked. And this thing is dead, without a doubt. I want to teach him a lesson. This thing is dead. I'm gonna lose my Dauntless if I don't kill him now, so... actually, I don't have the health, so... I'll be generous. At least he got the hint, if nothing else. Because I don't think he was willing to warp out beforehand. Considering he lost a level 1 cruiser, or level 1 Bastion, and he lost his level 2. At least this one got its level 4 in, so... I'm happy with where it is. I can afford losing it for a match or two. But I hesitated and I did a bunch of different orders that contradicted each other too with that dang dodging torpedoes. I want to try and keep it flat, and then my engines ended up taking 2 additional hits, so that pretty much what killed that poor Dauntless there. If I managed to keep it straighter, it probably would have survived. But it took more torpedo hits than once. Again, I tried to have it boost on out, then I tried to make it turn, then I tried to make it hold position. All of these things contradicted each other, and it didn't help me with actually dodging the torpedoes, so that's what happened there. But we got good news. We got an Overlord. We got an Overlord, and I actually have the points to actually field it now. So, shield transfer, Auger Disruptor, and Supercharged Void Shield's gonna be good, and I have it just barely enough renown to get it all kitted out too. Although you know that means I don't have the 200 renown I'm gonna get or need for my next mission. So it will still be some time before it gets its upgrade slot in, but still damn good progress it felt like. Very minor casualties, more than I would like, considering the Tyrant could have lived against the Space Marines. I wasn't paying attention to his health at the time, so I think it just ate 3 bombardment cannons to the face and died immediately on top of the ram. So in the end though, it's still good and it got level 3 in, so it's still where I want it to be. Ooh, and the Tyrant's just 1 battle away from its level 4, so I can't say no to that either. Alright. This is going to be an even match there, because it's 600 points, which I just unlocked for being Admiral level 5, and I'm having no bonus points at all. This should be a fun match. Although, to be honest, the last 2 matches were pretty damn good too. I'm not going to lie, although I still feel bad for destroying my opponent's ships there. Not so much the level 10, he doesn't need it anymore, as far as I'm concerned, but I am really damn tempted for the Overlord. Why the hell not, in all honesty? It gives me a long range. Alright, ranting aside there, you missed a little bit of fun dialogue there. Because apparently, unfortunately, his Battlecruiser is lost in warp, so I was talking about how this would be a fun match, and it still very well could be. I am without a doubt going to need a Widowmaker, but since he just admits that he's like a brand new player, but this would possibly make it a little too one-sided. I just hide the Widowmaker behind my cruisers and then I can spot. Oh god, I wasn't paying attention to the timer. Well, if I somehow win this, I'm going to get my renown. I was talking too much, I was typing too much. This is part of his strategy, isn't it? Leave it to damn chaos. Leave it to goddamn chaos. But at the same time, I got the 3 ships I want. I just don't have the fission anymore. Oh well. I have been pulling a lot of punches in the series so far, and this is the most obvious case of me pulling punches here. But if I win it, ooh, it's gonna feel so good. And hell, if I do win, then I'm going to get really good value, because it's only a single dauntless, which the torpedoes are the real contributor there. It would help a ton. But since I have torpedoes, I want to try in harassment range, and he doesn't have a Battlecruiser, so I'm left wondering what his ships are. And also, I gotta keep in mind slower torpedoes too. I do need to keep that in mind, although since the Overlord's in the middle, that actually works out relatively well. The torpedo spread is going to complement each other, so this is probably the best kind of torpedo salvo I can do, with a level 1 Overlord at least. I just gotta actually hit him to try even the score some. And I also need to keep an eye out for how many of these are frigates too. Also, reload's kind of important too, isn't it? I am a bit of an underdog, but this still has promise, at least against a little more inexperienced player at least. So, gotta make sure which is the Tyrant and then turn the Overlord to try and get a slightly better shot. To account for the speed delay. Oh boy, 4 cruisers. So, he's actually higher Admiral level than me, interestingly enough. So maybe I was getting bonus points? He misled me. Especially since his ships are level 6 now, but they're all murders. These are more closer range. Prow lances and all that, and he's ramming, so this is going to be interesting. It helps me. Can I hit him though? Well, I don't need to come towards him. I know he has close range weaponry. The macro weaponry is going to be notable. But I have prows to help negate that a lot too. So let's play this proper. I am getting torpedo hits on all of his ships. I wasn't expecting so many cruisers, mind you. I almost didn't think he had the points for it, because, what is it, I only had enough points for like a Dauntless after this? Oh well, torpedoes are still going to hit. I could prioritize weapons really well. And the Hellbringer's taking a beating too. So this is still relatively good. I just gotta figure out what I should prioritize though, with that said. Because the Hellbringer, with it being closer and having more health, is a bit tempting, I'm not gonna lie. And I don't know if he was repairing anything yet, so melted torpedoes is probably not worth it. But I should be able to dodge these torpedoes relatively well. Let's try and focus down something. Because again, torpedoes are hitting. Actually, I may even just fly right in the middle of this. This would be pretty convenient for me. I would love another reload. Come on, turn. Torpedo did hit, but thankfully no damage. Lock on and unload on this thing. Yeah, he's sadly an inexperienced player and it works in my advantage some. Because this is going to hurt. So, kill this thing quickly. Do the damage needed to. And just end it now. Well, this is interesting. Okay, so things are warping out and he micro warp jump with this thing. I am confused at what was going on here. I'm sorry, everyone. I was actually interested in this match too, even if I did properly mess up. But I guess it wasn't meant to be. It was not meant to be, but hell. You know what the benefit is, though? The big benefit is I get a crap ton of renown for this. Probably more so than just killing his entire fleet there. I just gotta finish off this damn thing. Now, let's... Okay, we got some hits there. Apparently none of... Oh, those were melted torpedoes? Oops, I accidentally fired melted torpedoes. Still works. Still negate the damage. But... Oh well. It's probably not a terrible idea. That might explain why you got so many levels in. Which is probably not much fun, let's not kid ourselves, but... If he wasn't confident in fighting me, then it probably is the smart thing to do. You don't have to deal with the repairs, you still get renown, you get the experience, as made apparent. I was almost half convinced with 3 cruisers and all of them like level 5 that he was Admiral level 8. It seems likely, I'm just surprised. Maybe it was still 500 points. I don't know. I don't know about this game anymore. I just know I come out on top in the end. In so many different ways. We get levels, we get experience. We get a new overlord with its level 2. We get renown for set upgrade. But no, I have nothing to do for I can get for this tyrant, unfortunately. Everything's still going for good for me. I guess that's all I can really say. It's just not what it's not what I wanted, so I apologize for that letdown. And I need another 50 renown if I want to get my second upgrade, so that's going to be for another episode, I think. It does beg the question, what do I want to prioritize? Arm piercing rounds damn good there, because I already got long range potential with my macro cans. Shield's good for said long range engagement, but I'm already set for now with an overlord and 2 tyrants for that. So I think I want to go for my level 4 straight up in my close combat potential, because it felt really awkward trying to fight Space Marines without this, especially with how close he was. But again, I was misplaying some, so I could have gotten a better result, or I could have won a little bit better if I had been more diligent with the shield transfers, more brace for impacts for the bombardment cans and all that. But I think that's the route I want to go. Shields will be good. I definitely want to get shields maybe next, because I'm going to ignore the belt armor completely, as weird as that may sound, because this is almost essential, but I am ultimately building towards a shield tanking setup, so with supercharged void shield, additional void shields, and keeping them up in prime time to minimize critical hits, because again, the shields, while they're up, I do not take critical hits. It's mostly boarding attempts and maybe bombers that might do critical damage otherwise, as well as torpedoes, but I'm pretty confident in dodging them, at least until the close range engagements, so I could still reliably negate critical hits more often than not, especially against Space Marines, which rely on my shields being down, as I kind of found out as playing as them. Nonetheless, well, no, I lost my train of thought, damn it. This makes for a really good outro.